Welcome. We are here with another bombshell video. Animals face countless challenges in the wild every day. Encountering power lines is one of them. Unfortunately, animals are very good at getting themselves into dangerous situations. While they are constantly searching for food, they often find themselves in the wrong place, at the wrong time, which can lead to their deaths and bad consequences. If you are wondering what happens when animals come into contact with electricity, fasten your seatbelt. This video is for you. Let's get started. An animal can be injured or killed by high-voltage electric currents due to lightning, fallen transmission lines, faulty electrical circuits, or chewing on an electric cable. Witness with us the sad and unbelievable moments when animals encounter this current. Now let's look at the urban forest where wild monkeys live in their new home in the city. Most electric shocks occur in rural areas. Unfortunately, monkeys do not know the difference between electric wires and natural vines, and often climb over them to reach their feeding grounds. They are not aware of this and think that they are having fun, doing acrobat moves and enjoying the city. But unfortunately, not all man-made structures are like that. Most monkeys that survive electric burns are cubs who clung to their mothers when they were electrocuted. While the mother absorbs most of the current, the cubs suffer burns to their hands, tails, and other body parts that came into direct contact with her. Some are lucky enough to escape with only minor burns. Worse still, when one member of the herd screams in pain, the rest of the herd rushes to help, often resulting in electrocution and death of several family members. The monkeys are often subjected to such shocks as they race themselves over the fences. As you can see, in this case, everything ended tragically for the poor monkey. No one could save him because he was stuck in the electric pole for so long that any rescue him could also be electrocuted. Even if they fail at their first attempt, they do not give up easily. Some monkeys find ways to infiltrate human territory where they have a deep desire. Swinging on electricity poles is another. Although it is an exciting activity for many monkeys, they usually manage to do it successfully without getting hurt. But sometimes things can go wrong. A monkey only needs to touch 2 live wires to get an electric shock. But the real problem comes from the high-voltage electrical transformers connected to the wires. The monkeys walk along the wires in search of food, but eventually have to cross the transformer to reach the wire on the other side. Transformers are extremely dangerous. Many parts of them can give a deadly electric shock to anything they touch. The shock is incredibly painful and causes terrible burns. The monkey cannot let go and even catches fire. As you can see in one tragic incident, a monkey caused a short circuit and a huge fire started. The poor monkey was stuck in the wires and the flames burned his body for a long time before he fell to the ground in agony. The birds do not get hurt because they land on a single wire, because there is no potential difference in the wire they land on. The electric current does not pass through the bird's body because there is a difference between the resistance in the bird's body and the resistance in the electric wire. They explain the answer to this with resistance. Since the resistance between the feet of a bird that lands on a single wire is lower, To ensure the safety and control of large elephants, they used their trunks to take food, but their large size sometimes caused them to touch the electric fence unintentionally. Sometimes they actually end their own lives without knowing what they were doing. I would like to give an example of this situation. In an incident that took place in the Meghalaya state of India, authorities announced that a herd of elephants were electrocuted while trying to uproot an electric pole. Reminding that elephants love rice beer produced by the villagers, authorities said that it was understood that the elephants that were electrocuted had also drunk rice beer before the incident. Oh, poor squirrel. Climbing the fence to find food is a painful and unforgettable lesson for him. You see the cat in the same way. He is also making a move for his role in the food chain, but unfortunately he is learning a bitter experience. Some pet owners may think that cats are not affected much, but unfortunately this is not the case. The most common cause of electric shock in cats is biting or chewing wires. Cats can also suffer electrical injuries from contact with exposed wires, faulty circuits, or lightning strikes. These slightly comical, shocking moments when animals collide with man-made structures are a reminder of the importance of protecting the environment, both domestic and wild animals. Cats, moose, ewes, bears, birds, snakes, and others are actually doing their jobs in the food chain. Animals basically act instinctively. Does this make them guilty of their hunting instincts? However, the world has opened its doors to everyone. Is the only reason we prevent them from damaging our goods and products? What do you think about this? Could you tell us in the comments? Another bear entered the chicken coop and tried to hunt for itself, but this brought about its end. The electric fence stopped it, and not only did it stop it, it also cost it its end. In this life, everyone, including animals, pays the price for their own choices. As humans, we domesticate some animals and build them a limited area. We call this care. What kind of care is this? Sheep are very beneficial to us humans. It is enough to keep them in a short fenced area. How correct is it to provide electricity with wires? We leave the answer to you, our valuable and conscious viewers, to decide. Have you ever installed fences or wires that pass electricity to your home before? Could you please specify in the comments? As you can see, the cow is released by its owner and goes towards the pole where the electric current is and gets electrocuted due to the stray electricity. It suffers terribly and waits to be rescued, but the women are not strong enough to do so. It dies tragically there. So how did the rope not electrocute the women? Could you please explain in the comments? Everything ended tragically for the poor monkey. No one could save him because he had been electrocuted for so long that anyone who tried to save him could also be electrocuted. Worse, when one member of the herd screamed in pain, the rest of the herd rushed to help, which often resulted in several family members being electrocuted and killed. The monkeys often experience such shocks as they try to overcome obstacles as if they were competing with themselves. Even if they fail at their first attempt, they do not give up easily. Some monkeys find ways to infiltrate human territory where they have a deep desire. Swinging on electric poles is another. Monkeys are very talented at overcoming human obstacles. Do you think that because their chromosome numbers are close to each other, they know how to behave? In another scene, a bear was electrocuted. This bear became too bold while trying to enter a chicken coop. For this reason, he broke the door and ripped out part of the wire mesh. After this scene, the owner of the chicken coop decided to install an electric fence with the support of the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Electric fences are a perfect solution for ensuring the safety of farm animals. Electric fences also help to keep predators away from farm areas. When animals touch the fence, they learn that the fence is harmful by receiving a slight electric shock. This pain is not permanent or unbearable and does not cause the animals to suffer physical harm. Electric fences psychologically limit the animals, thus ensuring their safety. In another scene, you see how the bear is in shock, as if it is dancing. How cute, right? A dog is shocked by an electric fence. Of course, he does not do it consciously. How would he know that the wire was electric? For this reason, he approached the fence very easily and suddenly felt a shiver in his body. However, his other friends there wanted to meet the donkey. These extremely cute and beloved creatures are one of the causes of faults in overhead lines near forested areas. They cause damage by jumping from trees near power poles and bridging grounded equipment with phase conductors. Attempts to keep these creatures away from electrical equipment in general can be ineffective, because there is no guarantee that these creatures will change their route or will not pass through that area. For this reason, security prevention activities should focus on protecting this equipment rather than on preventing it. People are fed up with deer. I am not sure if the fences installed for the deer that set their sights on vegetable gardens were sufficient. Apparently, the electric shock deterred the deer, but the owner had to install a new fence. The biggest animal problems are cattle, horses, bison, and deer. These animals, which have adopted the place they are used to, will continue to rub against the wire and eventually cause the wires to bend. This behavior is difficult to deter, and reduction strategies should focus on barricading or removing the wires. We need to draw attention to the existence of animals in their natural habitats and take strong measures to minimize unnecessary accidents. I maintain my belief that state authorities can find a solution to this issue so that animals do not suffer from electricity. I believe that the most comprehensive sustainability of natural life within its limits can be achieved through solidarity between civil society organizations and governments. Let's respect the nature around us and be careful. I hope you find this video useful and interesting. Please Please don't forget to subscribe and like for more exciting content. Animal accidents don't just happen on the ground, they can also happen in this. In this section, we'll cover the most common animal accidents and scary collisions involving airplanes. Let's get started. Bird strikes pose a significant threat to flight safety and have caused numerous accidents that result in human casualties. There are more than 13,000 bird strikes each year in the United States alone. Most accidents occur when a bird hits the windshield of a jet plane or is pulled into its engine. These cause annual damages of up to $400 million in the United States alone and $1.2 billion in commercial aircraft worldwide. 80% of all bird strikes go unreported. The International Civil Aviation Organization received 6,539 bird strike reports between 2011 and 2014, and the Federal Aviation Administration counted 177,69 wildlife strike reports on civilian aircraft between 1990 and 2015. A 38% increase in the 7 years from 2009 to 2015. Birds accounted for 97% of these. Expanding wildlife populations, increased aircraft movements, the trend toward faster and quieter aircraft, and increased access to civil aviation have all contributed to the increase in reported wildlife strikes. The most devastating strike, says Dr. Lecturer at the Aviation University, could occur when one or more birds enter a plane's engine. Mendonca, who says, if a bird gets into the engine, the plane can be seriously damaged, emphasizes that the twin-engine jets that are widely used can continue to fly with a single engine, and emphasizes that in a scenario where one engine is inoperable, the pilot should land at the safest airport as quickly as possible, and adds, because in such a scenario, another problem may occur in the other engine that is still working. The amount of damage to the engine when the bird enters may not be known. If the bird flocks are crowded, they can be seen by radars. Necessary warnings and route changes are made, although the fuselage, engine, and windows of the planes are designed to be resistant to bird strikes, especially as a result of large bird strikes. The engines and 6 cm thick cockpit windows can be seriously damaged. The highest bird strike so far has been at 39,000 feet. The species of the bird is unknown. It is known that waterfowl fly at an altitude of 10 to 20,000 feet while migrating. Other species generally fly below 2,500 feet, and geese even migrate by flying over the Himalayan mountains. Pilots are also trained to manage emergencies so that even if the plane encounters a serious problem, it can land safely. The flight control tower staff must observe the movements of these birds as well as air traffic and report the ones that pose a danger to the ground staff and pilots. In addition, special sound and light systems are being tried to scare the birds. However, it has been observed that the birds get used to these sounds over time and do not react. In addition to natural methods, technology is also used in bird control at many airports around the world. Specially trained birds of prey scare away other birds that approach the landing and takeoff areas of the planes. The aviation sector continues to take various measures to minimize risks and damages. But the truth is, as long as birds and planes share the sky, there will always be a risk of collision. Planes worth hundreds of millions of dollars are still defenseless and helpless against the birds, the real owners of the sky. Let's love animals. Let's protect them. Let's not neglect our health. The world is beautiful as a whole. Remember, if we had a meaning on our own, God would not have created thousands of living beings. Being able to live with this awareness makes us important and meaningful. We are a whole with birds, bears, fish, cows, sheep, squirrels, rabbits, horses, chickens, snakes, monkeys, tigers, elephants, and many other animals that we cannot even mention. We must do our best to preserve the whole. Of course, we should not forget to subscribe to our channel and open notifications. Yes, friends, we have come to the end of this video. Don't forget to subscribe and support us. Remember that the videos are made to create enjoyable and thought-provoking moments for you. If you like this video to support us, don't forget to subscribe for more interesting content in the future. Thank you for not missing our new videos. See you in the next video. We love you. Thank you for existing.